Welcome back to another episode of Dark Cloud. I'm Mar, and today we're going to keep making our way through this dungeon and also listen to me rant about random things that I thought about. So, you know, I went and took a shower between episodes, and you know how it is when you're in the shower, you just gotta think about random philosophy. Like, that's just how it is. You're legally obligated. Or something like that. I don't know, what random nonsense reason can I give, right? Anyway. So, I was just thinking about random things, and I realized something that I thought was interesting. Something that I know I definitely hold true, and a lot of people in society hold as true, is that men tend to be stronger than women physically, and that's a natural thing. They tend to just be bigger and stronger. And we attribute that to testosterone. Hey, Metal Breaker, I need those. Oh, it's a bunch of anti-medus. Cool. I just realized I probably don't actually want to be using... I'll get her abs full first before I switch off of her, I guess. Because I just realized that she definitely needs to, need some Dino Slayers before she can continue her upgrade path. Anyways, as I was saying, that's definitely something that we hold true in society. And generally speaking, the reason that we hold it true is because, on average, from the data that we have, men are stronger. And we have them do the jobs that require more physical strength. And I had this moment where I was like, is that correlation or causation? Because you know we all assume causation on that one, right? That men are naturally stronger, which is why we have them do those things. Because they are stronger. But how much of that is correlation, not causation? How much of that is nature versus nurture? And that as I was thinking about it, that's what I realized. It's a nature-nurture problem. Because we are believing something about human biological nature that we are learning. Oh, a diamond. I love diamonds. Screw woman's best friend. Diamonds are my best friend. I claim them. They are mine. I really want to put it on her because she's the weakest. But, no. He actually needs it, which is why it's going to go on him. Because he needs metal. And one of the things, what Diamond gives the most of is metal. So... And he has a lot of raw attack, but not a lot of species-specific damage. Anyways, as I was saying, we have all these facts, right, about the way society works. And what I'm saying is that, does society work that way because men are physically stronger? Or are men physically stronger because society works that way? Now, that's not to say that there aren't potential biological reasons why men are stronger. We definitely have a list of biological potential causes for why men are stronger on average. What I'm suggesting is that we can't know that. That we all take that as fact, but it's an unprovable hypothesis to begin with. Because it's a nature versus nurture question. And if you know anything about nature versus nurture, you know that nature versus nurture is not ethically answerable. Because in order to answer a nature versus nurture question like that, you need one of two things. You either need a diametrically opposed society or a neutral society, neither of which exists as far as I'm aware. At least not in current times where we could get actual statistical data on them in any meaningful way. if any of those societies do exist, they aren't giving that data out to for everyone to use, mostly because they probably don't even know that we would care. You know, they have no reason to think we would care. Doesn't need any of those stats. I might still fuse the gem just to give her more of a boost in overall stats, but doesn't directly need the gem. But anyway, so it's the premise of my thought, the core of it is, how do you know that men aren't stronger because they're encouraged to be? Because, like, I'll speak from a man's perspective here. I was encouraged to do sports, and there was definitely, no one ever outright said it, but there was a social feeling that because I didn't really like to do sports, I was somehow partially an outcast, a failure because of that. But because I wasn't particularly strong and didn't like to do sports, I was on the outside of a lot of parts of society. And I am not alone in feeling like that. That's relatively common among men who, like me, aren't all that into being super physically active. Like, that's not just me, that's a common feeling. It's a common thing. And I think that when we realize that we are heavily encouraging men to be stronger, that's at least influencing the data. It's definitely making that divide more extreme, right? Because not only do we influence men to be stronger, we push them towards sports from a young age. We push them into more physical constraints constantly. Like it's a status symbol for men to be fit, to be excessively strong. Those are all popular things for men to be. But think about, how do we train women? Don't be fit, don't be muscular, don't do sports, don't be active, and all that's slowly changing. But it's still there. Like, that's how our society was for a very long time. Women were only expected to do hard work when it was related to the house. And hard work here, I mean muscle-wise, not difficulty-wise, to be very clear on that. Trust me, as someone who... I forgot those enemies did that. As someone whose entire job is metaphysical, meaning all of my job is only strenuous to my mind, except maybe my wrists because of typing so much. I get that if something doesn't have to be physically hard or physically demanding for it to be challenging, you know? Just one of those subconscious turns of phrase that gets you. Anyway, so what I was saying is we directly encourage men to be more physically active across the board in a lot of different ways, from young to old. That's a constant thing. And we directly do the opposite for women, although that's getting to be less. It's still pretty strong. You know, I'm sure women would be more equipped to speak on just how strong it still is, but man, you don't need to experience it to be able to tell that's the message that's being sent, you know? You know, I don't need to be Batman to see the bat signal in the sky, you know? It's pretty obvious. When the message is blazing in the night sky every night, you get it, no matter who you are. You may not know how important or intense it is, but you know it's there. And the only way to know if, say, the opposite, if the only way to confirm that men are stronger on average, just naturally, as part of nature, would be to compare data with a society that either does the opposite, or speaking hard, or a society that manages to be truly neutral on this. And like I said, that society just doesn't exist. It's the classic problem with nature versus nurture problems. You can't prove it, because to prove it would be to either live in a society that just doesn't exist or do something very unethical. Like remove a large amount of people from society entirely, trap them somewhere all on their own, and see what they grow up to be. But that would certainly answer nature versus nurture, but it would be extremely unethical to do to someone. I just got a hard shooter directly, and I would have so much preferred a bandit slingshot. Can't even express how much better a bandit slingshot would have been from that chest. That's the map. Thanks, map. I really needed you. 10 minutes ago. Anyway, yeah, so that was just my random shower thought. And I realized I had a broader thought that was connected to that, which is that there are a lot of things like that societally that we believe on a society-wide basis that just aren't related to reality. I mean, they are somewhat related to reality, but you get what I mean, that it's not about whether the data actually proves it, it's that enough data is pointing that direction that we're willing to accept it. It's not about actually proving it. That was never the point. And when you think about what proving it means, it makes a lot of sense. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, somebody's here. Haha, any land that travels with my ship won't leave alive. All you hearties, feed them to the sharks. Yeah, but he's over there. Anyway. Yeah, good luck with the whole feeding me to the sharks thing. It's kind of refreshing to run into an enemy that I can't one-shot, you know? It's because they're not plants or beasts, both of which Tone has a huge damage bonus against right now. They're also weak against Holy and not Thunder, but I wasn't about to bother going into my menu to change what I had equipped. Anyway, got the hook. My abs are full, so I can get better abs. Oh yeah, working on that six-pack. This is a completely original joke that I'm sure no one has ever made while playing this game. Look, just because I know that statement isn't true doesn't mean I can't say it, right? Okay. All the stuff that he's the lowest in is stuff that other people currently need. Not sure what to put on his weapon right now. Anyway, oh no, I can't actually get through here. I've got a weird crystal thing that I have to solve somehow. But yeah, so that was my interesting thought for the day. As scattered as it was, but around my commentary of the game. But hey, at least I came back to it. A lot of times I start thoughts like that in these episodes and they're just never heard again. Just stops midway through and never comes back. Okay, just gotta sell all my junk items. Look at my amount of money with happiness. And, sell that tiny almost melted ice. Honestly, I'm surprised he bought that for any money. I wouldn't have. Okay, so we are going to do all the required Giorama now. We are going to very studiously ignore any miracle chests we see around, just so that way I don't have to do what I did in Matataki Village, where I had to later remember which chests I'd gone. Because it's starting to get late. There's no way I'm recording all the way through the end of Queens today. Unless I decide that life is for the weak and so is sleep. Which, impossible. Would not be the first time. But I shouldn't. Anyway, so the first thing I care about is Jack's store. That is step one. Let's get Jack's store operational. Because I want to buy stuff from him. Jack, where are you? There you are. Yeah, he's the weapon shop guy, and so he is absolutely the one whose stuff I care about. And I just reflexively went and grabbed that bomb, and I didn't even think about it. Didn't even think about it, just grabbed it because I saw it, and I literally just said I would avoid grabbing chests. Ever. And this fine weapon shop you see before you. If someone visit, you gotta bring him something. That's the way things work around here. Living in the Shipwreck is a snipe fish called Junior Chief. Junior Chief fresh fish, and he'll take you to a secret spot. I see, if you say so, I'd really appreciate if you put me near the watery. Water's something we all need, right? You looked outside? Don't forget shades in the chimney. They're important features. Actually, I know you're doing this all on your own. Jack's such a pragmatic merchant. He's like, why would I give you anything? You fixed my house all on your own. I didn't hire you to do it. You know, considering I have the ability to take his house apart again, you gotta admire the guts up there to say that to me. Like, really, you gotta. Like, I'm just saying, if someone had the power to pull apart and put your house back together at will, and they're like, what are you gonna give me for fixing your house? And you say, I don't know, you chose to do it all on your own, so I mean, it's not my problem. Hey there, buddy. I can reopen my store. Drop by Jack's store for weapons big and small. But just so you know, I don't give gifts or anything like that. Don't get your hopes up. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I'll do that. Gonna buy anything or not? Yep, cutthroat merchants in this town. Yeah. To be fair though, he does own one of the best shops in the game. For a few reasons. Okay. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Okay, we're good. Let's go. I'm ready to level. No, I'm not gonna actually go out of my way to level these. I'm just gonna coast on my current weapons and level these in the background. The only exception is I am going to, here, let's throw, what? I know what I should, go outside real quick. And then I'm gonna do a thing, and it's going to be Galaxy Brain. Okay, go over to No Ruined Village first. Yeah, step 1, No Ruined Village. Okay, a lot of guides don't recommend that when you're synth-sphering things, you actually bother putting attachments into them, and their reasoning's really dumb. And it's because, I mean, it's not even gonna matter. And specifically, they recommend, well, you can do it if they've already got a strong inkling in that direction, like the kitchen knife that gives marine damage. And I'm like, but you get 60% out of it no matter what. It doesn't matter how much they did or didn't have. Okay, I don't actually know if that's enough, but anyway. Okay, fire, fire, upgrade. Fire, fire. Anyway, so these are the weapons that give quench. It's why I wasn't super excited when I picked one up in the first dungeon, because while that was kind of lucky, because I mean it is still nice to have, it doesn't really actually matter all that much because I can buy them. So it's not actually all that helpful. Anyway, I'm just showing you what I'm doing right now. Between episodes, I'm going to do 2 very important things. Also, I was 1 fire off. Should have actually counted. Anyway, so between episodes, I'm going to do 2 very important things. The first is break down enough kitchen knives and big bucks hammers for the people that I currently have to equip them, and 1 extra set for Ruby to equip once I have her. Once I've done that, I'm going to cry mini tears. No, that's not quite right. Anyway, so status break this thing. Okay, now back over here. This, and go down here to this, and the reason I did that was because I knew that he needed fire. So now he got lots of fire from that. That's smart, right? And with the next kitchen knife, I'm going to, now that I know how many I need 10. I'm going to put 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going to put Dragon Slayers onto it for all of its levels to give Zhao one of the things that she needs. Yeah, I am clever. Thank you for noticing. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the rest of this between episodes, and I'm also going to farm a durable weapon. I'll show an example of how I did it next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.